2015 and a half series Rockwood A122 Hardside A-frame pop-up camper here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And though obviously it's not a, traditional pop-up, I really almost don't even like putting the word pop-up on these things. They have so many features in common with pop-ups and travel trailers that I almost call it like a fold-down travel trailer rather than a pop-up camper. Here's a few examples. Now, most pop-ups do not have twin propane tanks with an automatic changeover regulator like this Rockwood will. The one in this video, we have included an upgraded power tongue jack. You don't see that on the trailer right now, obviously. We just got a big truckload of these in. They actually ship with the manual jack on and the power jack in the trailer. We install that for you. So in case you're wondering, yes, it has a power jack. It just hasn't been put on yet. We do that before you take it home. Now what's cool is this is built just like Rockwood's normal travel trailers and fifth wheels. Every single part of this is fully vacuum laminated. If you're gonna go like national park camping, you can't take soft-sided tent materials in there. You have to have hard-sided materials. So this is a pop-up camper you can still take to like state national parks. In pop-ups like this, storage is a huge concern. So you notice you have easy access to the storage areas like under your bed, under your dining table. See, there's a guy right there checking in a brand new one. That's Mike Snyder. He's been one of our guys who's sold quite a few of these. You need a guy to call? Maybe call Mike. This is a standard thing with the Rockwood that is optional on a lot of other trailers. The full RVQ grill we keep new in the box until you take home. And this year they updated from just a normal outdoor table to a fully molded resin table. And they did that because the traditional press board tables that they were including with this, which is still more than most manufacturers give you, by the way, if you left the table outside in a little bit of rain or even just the moisture that's on everything in the morning, it was causing that soft wood to swell. Well, you can leave this outside in the sun, in the rain, and the wind. It just doesn't matter. It's gonna last. Standard aluminum wheels on a torsion ride axle in here, and outdoor speaker system standard. Cool little thing on this little stovetop or cook area. You see how big this rail is? I have this set up in what I call lefty position, so that if you're left-handed, you can flip a burger, set your spatula down on the tray over here, but you could easily swap those two and have the grill on the left and the table on the right. You can do it either way. Moving around the front here, the little, I call them portholes, but your skylights that you see right here, they are deceptively deep. That the coloration on this in this video, you don't really get a good feel for how deep those are. Pardon the tractor noise, by the way. Like I said, we're moving these all over the place. The water heater here, this is something that's not available in a lot of pop-ups, but again, it puts it a little bit closer to the realm of a travel trailer. 6-gallon vessel that recharges 11 gallons of hot water per hour. And what this little yellow tag right here is telling you that this trailer, as it's built, is 1,902 pounds. Very, very lightweight. Now what's cool is because it is so lightweight and it folds down out of the wind, these things tow like a dream. Also notice full scissor front and rear power stabilizer jacks. So you have exceptional stability with one of these. Outdoor shower does connect to the water heater. So, you don't have to lug along extra hoses and a Y-splitter off of the, the spigot at the park. This grate back here is the back of the heating and cooling unit. More on that when we get inside. You see extra storage pocket, again, down below the bed. Now, this is another update for this season. They put these little high wind assist struts on here. And the whole point is that generally, folks use these things without an issue. There were some folks, though, on really windy days that were having the tops flip open, and they could always pull them back down and put them in position, but it's obviously a safety concern. So Rockwood put a couple, over, I don't know, I don't even know the word I want to use other than the fact that it can't flip open like they possibly could before. Also, spare tires standard on these things. Let's step inside here out of the noise a little bit. Now, right away, one of the things I want to talk about is these skylights. And there's a reason I call them portholes, because they're deceptively deep. You can actually sort of look out here. I almost call it like a submarine porthole. And I like to show that because they are so deep, you can actually put your head right in these things. Pardon the view here. Sorry, a little ugly, but you get to see how big and deep this is, how far into it my head does rest. So, 4 people can sit at this dinette, have breakfast, play cards, act like it's a normal camper, because it's basically just a normal camper. Looking around here, again, things that separates this from a normal pop-up. We still have the three-way fridge like you'd find in a lot of pop-ups, standard in this rather than an option. But we start to move up to a really nice amenity here, the glass top cooktop. Now, it obviously, when it's down, it extends your countertop space, and that's the best part of it. But when it flips up out of the way, it becomes your grease shield when you're cooking, so you don't splatter grease all over everything. Now, on both sides of the camper, you have some of these real big scenic viewing windows. And just imagine yourself waking up in the morning and grabbing your coffee and looking outdoors at your campsite. It's going to be beautiful. 12-volt fan here is something that we like to add. If you are camping where there is not 30 amp park power, then this is the way that you cool your camper. It's 12 volt. And actually, even if you are where there's park power and you don't want to run the AC unit in this thing, this is a great way to keep air moving in the trailer. See how big these window panels are? This opens, turn that on, get some cross breeze in here, very comfortable. Standard LED lights in this. That's not something you normally find in a pop-up. You don't have to change your incandescent bulbs all the time. It's just you spend more time using your camper. You're just less time hassling, monkeying with it. That's what camping's supposed to be, is ease and fun. And again, I like to point out, fully vacuum laminated. There's no soft-sided material anywhere in this coach. If you're not familiar with what vacuum lamination means, call us. Get a lot of calls on this saying, what is that thing up there? And it is a little clothing rack, basically. Just a little place where you can hang some clothes on a hanger. Just something that folds up, easy, out of the way. Now, the A122 family, there's several different variations of the floor plan, has a full-time rear bed where you can sleep 2 people. And what I love is this giant full-size scenic window skylight back here. Because the person on the inside of the bed would normally feel claustrophobic. But because of this, check out the view. Imagine being under the stars with this thing out on a campsite. Kinda wanting to call in sick tomorrow and borrow one of these now. Another thing I want to hit on real quick is the Cool Cat heating and cooling system. It's a 2-way heat pump. If you don't know what that means, an air conditioner you put in your window at your house is a 1-way heat pump. It blows the cold air in, it sucks the hot air out. It separates the hot and cold elements of the air. This does the exact same thing. Think of this like a window-mounted air conditioner at your house, but it's 2-directional. It can push the cold air in or the hot air in, either way. Works exceptionally well. There does have to be a measure of hot or cold air in it. Basically, it'll work anywhere from, oh man, I want to say like 40 degrees to like 105. So through most of your camping season, it works very well. Now, when you do not have access to shore power to run the heating unit, just like we added a 12-volt fan to cool, we added a propane furnace in here to keep this warm. So you have 2 ways to heat, 2 ways to cool. You never lose service in this camper. And see this handy handle right here? It's not an accident that's there. There's a assist strut to help lift this thing up to get to your storage. Down here you see a little porta potty. That's a standard item with these Rockwood family coaches here. It's just in case in the middle of the night, if it's raining and you don't want to run to the bathhouse, now you have an option. Also, I do like to point out, extra little power outlets are going to be hidden around here and there, and that is to keep things like your phones and devices charged. Again, a microwave, something that pop-ups don't generally have, but you will find in this. And you see the little coax inlet down here. This little shelf up here is perfectly designed to have a little television popped up there. This is your controller for your electric heater and cooling unit. And obviously it'll indoor-outdoor CD stereo. But the best part of these is how easily they operate. And I'll show you how it works right here in real time. And remember, I only have one hand to do this because I have to hold the camera with the other hand. So we pop the door open, and I'll tell you a trick. You do this one first when it's going down and last when it's going up. So these little tension guys right here, little latches, keep the sidewalls married to the ceiling. And notice, this is all laminated, lightweight. You see how easily I can move this around. Now what's neat is because this is a high wall pop-up, everything has to be below that fold line, but it's so high you don't necessarily have to put down the table every time you're done. Now this is kind of the cool part right here. When this comes down, you sneak out the door. And there are little rubber grommets on here so that this does not damage that window. Just kind of lift this up to give it some separation. Pull her down. That's all there is to it. So in 30 seconds with one hand, there you go. You go from camping to driving that quickly. That's how easy these are, and that's why they've been so popular. Give us a call, learn even more. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Happy camping.